Ladies and gentlemen, fear is the #1 killer of dreams. It creeps in when you least expect it, whispering doubts, magnifying obstacles, and convincing you that you're not good enough. It will have you believing that the risk is too great, that the fall is too high, that the challenge is too big. Fear will keep you stuck in the same place, doing the same things, living the same life, year after year. It will disguise itself as logic, telling you to wait for the right time, to be cautious, to not aim too high. But the truth? Fear is a liar. Fear is an illusion. Fear is the wall standing between you and the life you were meant to live. And the only thing stronger than fear? Faith. Faith isn't just believing in something greater. It's believing in yourself, in your purpose, in the work you put in the fact that no matter what happens, you will rise. Faith doesn't need proof. It doesn't need guarantees. Faith says, I don't see the whole picture yet, but I know I'm moving in the right direction. It's stepping forward even when the path isn't clear. It's trusting that every challenge, every setback, every failure is shaping you into the person you need to become. Faith requires action. You can't just sit around hoping things will change, hoping success will knock on your door, hoping life will somehow get easier. Hope is passive. Faith is active. Faith means getting up every single day, doing the work, even when you don't see results yet. It means pushing forward when everything in you is screaming to quit. It means betting on yourself when nobody else will. Because if you don't believe in you, why should anyone else? See, fear and faith cannot exist in the same space. One will always overpower the other. And every day, with every decision, you're choosing which one will control your life. Will you choose fear, the voice that tells you to play it safe, to shrink, to stay comfortable? Or will you choose faith, the voice that tells you to step up, take the risk, and go after what you truly want? Faith isn't just about confidence. It's about resilience. It's about understanding that setbacks are part of the process. Most people think failure is a sign to stop, to turn back, to settle. But faith says failure is just information. It's just another lesson, another tool, another step towards success. When you have faith, failure doesn't break you, it builds you. And here's the thing, faith isn't always loud. Sometimes it's a quiet whisper, telling you to keep going when nothing seems to be working. Sometimes it's a small push, reminding you why you started. Sometimes it's just one more step, one more rep, one more late night, one more early morning. Faith doesn't promise an easy road, but it does promise that if you keep going, if you refuse to quit, if you trust in the process, you will make it. Because fear will always ask, what if you fail? But faith will always answer, what if you fly? Talent is a gift, but hard work is a choice. And that choice, it separates the great from the average, the winners from the watchers, the ones who make it happen from the ones who sit back and wonder why it didn't. See, too many people rely on talent alone. They think that just because they're gifted, just because they have natural ability, just because things come easy to them, success is guaranteed. But talent without hard work is wasted potential. It's a car with no gas. It looks good, it has power, but it's not going anywhere. Hard work is the engine that drives success. It's the one thing you can control. You can't control where you were born. You can't control how much natural ability you have. But you can control how much effort you put in, how much time you dedicate, how much sacrifice you're willing to make. That's why hard work beats talent. Because talent might give you a head start, but hard work determines how far you'll go. Think about it. How many people have you seen with crazy talent who never went anywhere? Athletes who had the skill but not the discipline. Singers who had the voice but not the drive. Entrepreneurs who had the idea but not the work ethic. Talent might get you noticed, but hard work keeps you in the game. The great ones, the ones who truly make an impact, they work when nobody's watching. They train when nobody's clapping. They grind when there's no applause, no cameras, no instant reward, because they know that success is built in the dark long before it ever shines in the light. And hard work isn't just about working long hours. It's about working smart. It's about discipline, consistency, and focus. It's about showing up every single day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about pushing past comfort, past tiredness, past doubt. Because talent will make things easy at first. But when life gets tough, when competition gets real, when obstacles start piling up, talent won't save you. Only discipline, effort, and relentless persistence will. There are people out there who are more talented than you. That's just reality. But there's no excuse for them outworking you. Hard work is the great equalizer. It doesn't matter if you're not the most gifted, the most skilled, or the most naturally talented. If you're willing to put in more hours, more effort, more sweat than the next person, you will surpass them. Every single time. Because talent can fail you. Talent can get lazy. Talent can get comfortable. But hard work, it never stops. It never settles. It never makes excuses. And that's why, in the end, hard work always wins. Most people are afraid of failure. They see it as the end, as proof that they're not good enough, as a reason to quit. But failure is necessary. Failure is how you grow, how you learn, how you sharpen yourself into the person you need to become. If you're not failing, you're not trying hard enough. If you're not failing, you're playing it too safe. And playing it safe never led to greatness. Look at anyone who has ever done something legendary, something meaningful, something unforgettable. They all have one thing in common. They failed. And not just small failures, big ones, embarrassing ones, public ones. The kind that make people question if they should even keep going. But they did, because they understood something most people don't. See, most people look at failure the wrong way. They take it personally. They think, I failed, so that must mean I'm a failure. No. Failing doesn't make you a failure. Quitting does. Every failure is just feedback. It's life giving you information. This didn't work. Adjust. Try again. The most successful people in the world aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who learn fast from their failures. They don't sit around feeling sorry for themselves. They don't waste time making excuses. They take the lesson, make the change, and keep moving. Fail big. Fail so big that people look at you crazy. That's when you develop resilience, discipline, and wisdom, the things you actually need to win long term. And let's be clear, failing big doesn't mean being reckless. It doesn't mean making the same mistakes over and over again. It means taking calculated risks, pushing past fear, and moving with intention. It means stepping into opportunities even when you're not fully ready, because the truth is, you'll never feel completely ready. Growth doesn't happen in comfort. It happens when you take that leap, even when there's a chance you might fall. So when failure comes, and it will come, don't run from it. Don't let it break you. Study it. Learn from it. Adjust, and then get back up and go again. Because failure is only permanent if you stop trying. But if you keep learning, keep growing, and keep moving, every failure just becomes another step towards success. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They sound good, they feel justified, and they let you off the hook. But at the end of the day, excuses don't build success. Discipline does. Excuses don't get results. Effort does. And the moment you decide to cut them off completely, that's the moment your life changes. See, everybody wants success, but not everybody is willing to do what it takes to get there. They say, I don't have time. But they have time for Netflix, time for scrolling, time for distractions. They say, I don't have the right connections, but they haven't even started networking, reaching out, or building relationships. They say, I'm not ready, but nobody ever feels ready. Readiness comes from action, not hesitation. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. They're the lies we use to justify why we're not where we want to be. But guess what? Your dreams don't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about them either. The world will keep moving with or without you. The only question is, are you going to step up or sit back? The truth is, the people who succeed in life aren't the ones who had perfect conditions. They didn't have more hours in the day. They didn't have a smooth road or a guaranteed path. They had problems, just like you. They had doubts, just like you. But the difference? They didn't let excuses stop them. And let's be real, most excuses aren't even real barriers. They're just mental blocks. Because if someone put a gun to your head and said, find a way to get this done, you'd figure it out. If you had to make it work, you'd make it work. That means you never really can't, you just won't. And that's the hard truth most people don't want to face. You have to rewire your mindset. Instead of saying, I can't, start asking, how can I? Instead of saying, I don't have time, start saying, how can I make time? Instead of saying, it's too hard, start saying, what do I need to do to get better? Every excuse has a solution. You just have to be willing to find it. And here's the kicker. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up early, force you to grind, or hold your hand through the struggle. This is your responsibility. Your life, your dreams, your goals, they're on you. So stop blaming your circumstances. Stop waiting for perfect conditions. Stop looking for shortcuts. Cut off the excuses. Take ownership and put in the work. Because at the end of the day, either you will find a way or you will find another excuse. And only one of those will get you where you want to be. Too many people are waiting for the perfect moment, waiting until they feel ready, waiting until the fear goes away. But let me tell you something. There is no perfect moment. There is no right time. The time is now. Every second you spend waiting is a second you'll never get back. Time doesn't pause for you to get your life together. It doesn't stop while you sit on the sidelines debating whether you're ready. The world is moving, opportunities are passing, and life is happening with or without you. So the question is, are you going to step up or are you going to keep watching from the sidelines? See, too many people talk about what they want. They dream about success. They visualize it. They tell themselves, one day I'm going to make it happen. But one day is just an illusion. It's an excuse wrapped in procrastination. There is no one day. There is only today. You think you have time, but you don't. Every day you hesitate, someone else is out there grinding, working, pushing, making moves. Every day you wait, your goals drift further away. Every day you put things off, you make it easier to settle for less than you deserve. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for validation. Stop waiting for everything to be perfect, because it never will be. The people who make it, the ones who succeed, they don't wait. They start. They take action before they're ready. They move forward even when they're scared. They understand that growth happens in the doing, not in the waiting. And let's be real. There will never be a moment where everything just magically falls into place. There will never be a time when you have no doubts, no obstacles, no struggles. The difference between those who win and those who don't? Winners take action anyway. They feel the fear and move forward. They feel the doubt and push through. They feel unprepared but step up anyway. Because life will not wait for you. Opportunities won't sit around while you make up your mind. Success won't knock on your door. You have to go get it. Your time is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, right now. Whatever you've been putting off, start it. Whatever goal you've been talking about, go after it. Whatever dream has been sitting in your heart, chase it.